Alright, what's up? Today we are taking a look at a car. We are taking a look at my car. This is the 2024 Buick Envista. It's a brand new car from General Motors, brand new car from Buick. It is their newest compact SUV form factor. So looking here under the hood, we have an economical 3-cylinder engine, gasoline, turbocharged, about 137 horsepower and 167 pound-feet, foot-pound of torque. Definitely no NASCAR. With the turbo, it's more than adequate for around town, getting onto the freeway over here, getting up to 70, 80 miles an hour. It's got no problem merging on. You got a whole lot of room. Unlike with the 1.4 turbo, the turbocharger is not here on the front. The turbocharger is here on the back. Let's take a look here in the back to see how much cargo space we got here. And we have quite a bit, but I have quite a bit of stuff already in it. I could fit a rigid toolbox, 511 Rush backpack, an Apache 2800 case. This chest that I created, the blanket, I got a grabber thing, I got an umbrella, seasonings, a lot of random stuff here. And as you can see, there's still quite a bit of room here. You could even ditch this piece right here. You could add a little bit more room. And of course, just fold your seats down, folds flat relative to the rear cargo area. Odd thing here in the Envista is there is no center armrest. So there's no cup holder, there's no armrest. It is a flat floor because the Envista only comes in front wheel drive. There is no all-wheel drive option, but for the price point, all the hassles that come with your all-wheel drive, having to change all 4 tires if one tire goes bad, and considering the fact that I live in the valley here in California, we don't get snow. And if I'm gonna go to the snow, I know how to put on a pair of chains. We have a Suburban with 4-wheel drive. We have a Buick Encore with all-wheel drive. So realistically, not gonna be that big of an issue for me. Your mileage may vary. Now the Envista, you can get a power liftgate. This was the feature that I didn't really want because I've seen these motors go bad and I've seen these motors go crazy. So I was definitely okay with not getting the power liftgate, and it's not that hard to close it. So here we are in the back of the Buick Envista. It's a nice place to be. Nice, quiet, comfortable. This car has the leatherette seating with the cloth inserts because it is the base model. It is the preferred. Put the headrest up, lean back, nice and relaxing. What this really does need, being back here, is that center armrest. It doesn't have that. Kind of lame. It's kind of lame, Buick. It's a nice, spacious back seat. You can get the center armrest with the cup holders in the Avenir trim. So us peasants, we don't get that. We don't get that luxury. Front seat is set to my driving position. I'm 5'4", and as you can see, quite a bit of room. Lights here, your grab handle here, your hook here for your clothes, and then you have these pockets here. This useless. It's pretty useless. What is this for? I don't know. You could stick my phone down there. That's about it. That's pretty much all you're gonna do down there. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the front. So as you can see, this vehicle is optioned with the keyless open feature. I call it passive entry. Power driver seat here, lumbar, back seat control, up, down, and power, moving it, power forward, whatever the hell you call it. Overall, it's a nice seat. As I said, it's got the leatherette trim here with the cloth inserts here. You got your controls for locking the windows, adjusting your side view mirrors, and express down, but no express up feature. All right, we are here in the driver's seat of the Buick Envista, and it's a nice place to be. The seats are relatively comfortable. Single zone automatic climate control. There you go. So as we see here, we have our automatic setting, or you can manually control that, of course. You have your switch gear for the temperature control, your switch gear for the fan speed, bi-level, single level controls. This vehicle is equipped with the heated seats, front defroster, rear defroster, then you have an on-off switch. AC buttons right there, circulate buttons right there. You have your hazard lights right there. Down here, 2 USB ports, USB-A and USB-C. And of course you have your good old-fashioned 12-volt power port. If I had gotten the feature, I could have had a, what do you call it, charging mat here, but I didn't. I have a case that has a wallet on the back, so I'd have to take the wallet off just to use it. So to me, it's a useless feature. Down here, a nice center armrest, very deep storage area. Over here you have a glove box that is not lit. I really would have liked it to be lit though, because the one in my Cruise was lit. Technically have cup holders in the side pockets on the doors, 2 cup holders here, and our good old friend, the electric parking brake. I'm not a big fan of the electric parking brakes. Down here, thank the Lord in heaven, you finally have a button to turn off that stupid automatic shut off to save gas, because it really doesn't save that much gas. Here you have the lane keep assist, and it is an active system. So if I have this on, I'm on the freeway going more than 45 miles an hour. I start to drift into another lane, the vehicle will actually steer for me to keep me in the lane. Now it doesn't have any lane centering, so it's not going to keep me centered in the lane. It'll kind of be a ping pong effect. Automatic headlights, set it and forget it. Gonna turn your lights on when it gets dark, gonna turn them off when it gets bright. It also has IntelliBeam high beams. It doesn't quite work well for how I like to do it. I leave it off. So let's see, this has intermittent windshield wipers. If I had gotten that feature that had the charging mat and the power liftgate, I believe that is also the feature that has the automatic rain sense windshield wipers. We have it on the Buick Encore, and it works really well for the amount of money that feature was. I was okay with not getting it. It's got a manual tilt mirror, kind of a bummer. I do like me a automatic dimming mirror. We have it in our Suburban from 1995. My 2013 Cruise had it. My 2016 Cruise did not have it. I believe the Buick Encore, I'm not sure if the Buick Encore that we have has it or not. You got your shades here that are lit. Automatic door locks, so when you put it into drive, it'll lock it for you. When you put it into park, it'll unlock it for you. If you open the door, but you leave it in drive, it doesn't change anything, but when you start driving again, it will lock the doors for you. Beautiful leather wrapped steering wheel, and it's got a flat bottom. I've never had a flat bottom steering wheel before. I love it now. This steering wheel does feel so nice. It is a joy to steer. You have your jog control for the gauge cluster, so you could change the gauges to a different look. If I want an RPM gauge, or if I just want a speedometer, or if I want my vehicle information like my fuel economy. You have your voice controls, phone controls, music controls. This one does have a heated steering wheel. And then you have your adaptive cruise control here. Set your following distance. The only thing we really haven't talked about is this vehicle has an 11-inch touchscreen display for the infotainment system, and it has an 8-inch gauge cluster. The infotainment system is a very nice system. This is Apple CarPlay, but here in the Envista, the interface for the audio here, I feel this one looks a lot more modern than the Apple interface. What's nice here is you have the touchscreen display here, and you can tap to seek. Otherwise, it's pretty much your standard. You can drag here on the Apple CarPlay side. It's supposed to automatically do the CarPlay wirelessly, but I find it's a little bit iffy. Sometimes you have to tap it to force it to link up wirelessly. On my Cruise, it did not have the drag feature. On this one, it does, so I do like that. It does not have a pinch to zoom feature though. I don't know if that's a limitation of Apple CarPlay or a limitation of the GM system. So you have your vehicle information here, fuel economy, you gave your gauges, coolant temperature, battery voltage, maintenance intervals, oil life, tire pressure, engine air filter life. It has a dedicated button for the traction control, so you could turn that on and off. It does have Wi-Fi, I think it's 5G Wi-Fi, and then it has redundant climate controls here, so you can do everything down here, up here. Of course, you got your settings. You could change vehicle settings, for instance, like turn off my collision detection systems. It has an automatic emergency braking system. It has a front pedestrian braking system. Of course, it does have the adaptive cruise control, rear cross traffic alert, lane change alert. The one thing it doesn't have that my previous vehicle had is the rear park assist. So it doesn't have that, but it does have camera. Yeah, I don't think those park assist things are all that great. They just beep at you. Watch the camera, you're not gonna hit anything. Rear seat reminder, so when you turn the vehicle off, it will remind you to take a look at the rear seat, just in case you put a kid in the back seat or a cat or a dog in the back seat. But it'll only do that if you actually open the door. If you didn't open the door, it won't do that. Automatic rear defrost and front defrost. So that's pretty much it here on the Buick Envista overall. Very nicely equipped. They start at about $23,000, give or take. If there's one thing I really would like this vehicle to have, it is auto dim mirror, rear cup holders. I really like to have that center armrest. I think overall that's it though, because the other features I'm totally cool not having them to save money. But like the armrest, I mean, that's kind of standard stuff. I'm pretty sure you can get that in a Kia. Alrighty, and with that, we're gonna try out the adaptive cruise control. We're gonna see how that works, and hopefully it works well. It's a lot more throaty than your typical four-cylinder. Alright, so we'll go ahead and set the automatic cruise control here. We'll go ahead and set it to 46 miles an hour, and then we'll see what happens when we start coming up to vehicle. See if it's going to stop me here. I will be ready to brake, and as you can see here, it is stopping me right here. My foot is not touching. It did stop me here. So we'll go ahead and we'll get on the freeway. I've set it to 78. I'm going to set it to 80 now, and then as you can see, it's holding me now at 68 because that's what it deems is a safe distance. And what's good about this system is if you go for a pass, it will try to get a head start on that pass. Well, I could try to pass. Let's see. And as I'm trying to pass, it sped up a little bit. There you go. And then now we're going up to 73, 75, 76. But then it's seeing, and it tells me I am about 1.8 seconds behind the vehicle in front, but it's going to pick up this vehicle, and it's slowing me down 0.9 seconds, but then it's leaving, so it's bringing me back up to speed. 1.5 seconds distance between me and the next vehicle. I'm going to go ahead and get behind this Lexus, and then now it's dramatically slowing me down again until it gets to that safe distance that I pre-programmed. So if I go to change lanes, it's going to get a head start, and then it's going to speed me back up. Let's go ahead and get off the freeway. I'm going to get behind this turd right here. TRD, it's a Toyota Racing Development Vehicle. You do not want to have it on when you're going on an on-ramp or an off-ramp or any sort of curve, because it might lose tracking of the vehicle ahead, think it's all clear, and boom, accelerate, crash. But yeah, overall, this system works very well. On my commute to work, I'm usually in lane keep assist and automatic cruise control pretty much the entirety of my morning commute, save for probably about 10% of my commute. Alright, here we go. So this is a situation where the adaptive cruise control might not be a good thing to use. Going into a bright or sunny situation like this, but I think now it's probably okay. Is it gonna stop? Is it gonna stop? Stop. No problem. I wasn't worried. So as we see here, the vehicle came to a stop. I'm not touching the brake, and it even engaged the automatic stop. You can start the vehicle motion again, but you do have to have some sort of input. I'm going to put my input on the steering wheel. So here, it's not moving. I input on the steering wheel, and the vehicle takes off for me. And depending on the situation, if you stop, but you don't stop for too long, it will automatically continue to move you forward once the vehicle in front of you moves forward. Like this situation, we stopped-ish, but the vehicle in front of me kind of moved, so it stopped me. And then now we are here in kind of a rolling stop-and-go traffic situation. I'm really hoping this cruise control is solid today. So I'm not touching it. My legs are here. Let's see what happens. Next scene. Tow truck. Here. Boom. There you go. It is, but like I said, this is very nice on your commute. Don't have to do a whole lot of much. You just gotta be ready to take control, just like any sort of automatic driving system. This is not an autonomous system. This is an active driver assist system. So be careful. And with that, that's pretty much it. So, 2024 Buick Envista. If you're looking for just a nice car to drive, looks great. It drives great, unless you really have a lead foot. I imagine this powertrain is going to meet the needs of 95% of people out there. For the rest of you, get a car that's got more horsepower. And the Buick Envista and the Chevy Trax are lightweights. They are only 3,100 pounds compared to competitors in the segment that are pushing about 400 or 500 pounds more. At the very least, I recommend you take a look at either the Buick Envista or the Chevy Trax. I think you will be very surprised and very pleased with what you find with these vehicles, or at least 95% of you. For the rest of you, like I said, find a car that's got more horsepower. If you need all-wheel drive, if you think you need all-wheel drive, Buick does make some cars for you. Chevy makes some cars for you. Toyota makes some cars for you. There's a car out there for you. This isn't it. But for me, and probably about 95% of people out there, Buick Envista, perfect car. Alrighty, and with that, catch y'all.